Hey, Joe from Boulet's Garage. So, the big topic here lately in New Hampshire has been no state inspections pretty soon. So, I got a car here from the state of Connecticut that has no mechanical inspection. Well, at least they haven't had one for quite some time. And we're going to take a look at it and see what it might need. First off, there's an exhaust leak right up in the front. So, we're going to take a little look-see at it and see what it needs by state inspection standards in New Hampshire. Here we go. Hey, Joe here. So I'm looking at this little car from Connecticut. It is a Toyota Yaris, for all of you who are wondering. It's got almost 250,000 miles on the car. Now, this axle wouldn't necessarily fail inspection in New Hampshire, but it is throwing grease. I'm going to let the customer be aware of it. That's what I check on oil changes. I look at stuff like this. This guy does most of his own work. He's up here in Connecticut and he needs an oil change. And told me, yeah, I can take care of it for you. But it looks like it might have an output shaft steel starting to leak on this side of the transmission. It does have an exhaust leak, and it appears to be coming from this front pipe where it meets the manifold. And right between here, I'm going to throw an arrow in here. It looks like it's pretty well squished down. Now, when you accelerate with this, the engine torques and it opens up that gap. So I recommend with any vehicle, if you're going to do this flex type gasket, that you do one, replace it right from the factory, because you're going to end up with a leak, especially with Honda CRVs. But this exhaust isn't original, and rightly so. It's got so many miles on it. It's got an aftermarket converter on it. And I know Connecticut does have mechanical safety inspection. Big no-no right here. You get a fuel line with rubber hose. Hopefully it's high pressure line with spiral clamps that are kind of over tightened and compromised. So that's something I wouldn't do, and maybe a temporary fix to get the vehicle inside and out of the shop, but that's something that wouldn't really be acceptable. Overall, structurally, this car is in pretty good shape, I must say. I mean, keep in mind the guy does do his own work. Something that would not pass in New Hampshire is broken coil springs. You can see right here where the coil springs are broken. This side, when I say springs, this side is broken as well. I don't know if all you remember the old Subarus where the coil springs would break and puncture the front tire. They had a recall on them where they just put a guard in there in case it happened. It stopped it from popping your tire. But no, I'm going to do as many videos as I can if I have the opportunity with vehicles from out of state, um, about, what, especially ones that don't have a mechanical safety inspection. Because New Hampshire is January 31st, 2026, they're going to do away with inspections. They're not going to do away with emissions until like September 2026. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but I think that's kind of foolish in itself, because uh, so many are concerned about climate control, and um, unburned fuel vapor that goes into the atmosphere actually does input carbon to the atmosphere. So I'm going to move on here. Yeah, I had to stop the video abruptly. I had someone stop by to make an appointment. Um, so as far as the brakes go on this thing, I'm assuming that, I mean, I can see that the front pads are okay, but they're probably stuck in the brackets, or it's got seized caliper pins or a bad caliper or something like that. Same with both sides. Might need rear brakes. The rear brakes might need to be adjusted. It's got drum brakes on the back of it. But okay, so I pretty much looked at everything I'm going to look at underneath this car, and I'm going to move on. Okay, so the car that was here from Connecticut is down the road. I did the oil change. So I took this from the back of the spring perch. It's a piece of broken spring. Now, it's got some weight to it. So if that flew out and hit your windshield, it would break it. Or if it flew out and hit somebody walking by or a kid on the bike, something like that, it's going to hurt. So depending on how fast the car goes, depending on how fast that would travel and hit you. But and that could happen too with a wheel weight. A wheel weight can fly off a car, but this is pretty obvious. So the other variable too is that it could puncture the tire. I've seen it happen before. Hey, if you like this video, please do so, and tell me what you see in your state where you don't have state inspections. I'd be interested to hear about it. Have a good night. Talk to you later.